Good morning, everybody. We're going to be doing a screencast on your assignment for today, which are questions from Lesson 1 in the e-text. It's posted in Google Classroom. You can see some students have already turned it in. And for this lesson, you will need to use your e-text, and I'm just going to show you the documents that you will need to use. You're going to need to use this lesson right here, Lesson 1 in your e-text, Revolution Sweep Europe. And you're going to want to click either in text or on this link, the interactive cartoon, for one of your questions. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm opening up the e-text for you. And you're going to go ahead once it opens up. And you can skip the first opening splash screen, which has a picture of Metternich, who was a leader who was not very impressed with what was going on in Europe in regard to the revolutions. He did not really like that. This is Prince Metternich, and he was Prince of Austria, and he did everything he could to suppress the revolution. I'm going to have to make this window a little smaller. Okay, so when you click the page, you'll start seeing each page has a section, and what I did is, if you look at the document, there are 7 questions and there are 7 areas that you need to look at. There are 7 pages. So the first thing you need to do is you're going to need to answer a political cartoon. And you can do this from in text, or you can post the link that is on the textbook. It's this cartoon, and if you exit out, you can actually just scroll down here. I'm sorry, I have to go back a screen. Let me just go to assignments. And it says right here, interactive cartoon. You can go ahead and use that. Okay? So we'll just open it up here. And you don't have to do anything on the cartoon itself. You can just use the cartoon, go through the dialogue in the cartoon, and it has an explanation what you might need to do. And what you're going to want to do in this task right here is you're just going to basically interpret the cartoon. So I would go through the activity, and this is Prince Metternich, and you can see his faces, and you have a whole, and what you want to do is you want to use the hotspots to find more. You want to look here, this is the direction that people are going in, they're pushing, you see how they're pushing, and then you have monarchy, which is the past, and you have Metternich sitting down. And if you click each of these hotspots, they'll highlight a different area of the cartoon. So you're going to use this cartoon to answer your question. All right, so I'm going to exit out of that and go back to the e-text. This again is the first page, and again, each question is pretty much aligned to the page number. So the second page deals with liberalism and nationalism spur revolts. And if we look at our question, the second question is to what can be a negative outcome of nationalism, okay? So you're going to have to look through the sections, and you'll have to read. And you're going to look for the negative things, and sometimes it's found in the beginning, and sometimes it's found in the end. But here's where they start talking about nationalism a little bit more, so you might want to look around there, okay? And that you should get clues from that, and you will definitely be able to answer the questions if you read the text. Now remember, you can also hit the audio button, and that'll play a tape for it. So we're going to go to the next page, because again there's one question in each part of the text. Name 3 areas that revolted in the early 1800s, and you can see these are different areas. By areas we mean territories. So you're going to have to read the text for that, and you should be able to just answer that quickly. The next question is, what traits did Louis Philippe possess that made him popular with people? Again, we're just going to go look at our text, and we're going to look, and I would just look for the highlights, look for words in bold. And they right here, Louis Philippe, and so you have some information about him. You're going to have to read these paragraphs, and then you'll be able to answer the question. If you follow the same procedure, you'll be able to answer the rest of the questions. How were the revolutions of Belgium and Poland different? So you're comparing one revolution with another, and that's going to be on the next page. And finally, we talked about this yesterday in class. When France sneezes, Europe catches a cold. What is he implying? Support your answers with evidence from the interactive map and your reading. And there's a map that you can look at. I also posted that in class from the two pictures. And we talked about the idea of like this represents almost like a virus. So think about how viruses spreads. And he's seeing the changes that are happening in Europe as a very bad thing. All right. So that's basically a guideline on how to answer the questions by using your textbook. If you use your textbook, you should have no problem. This assignment is due today. So you're going to have a very brief class meeting with me later on in the day. And then you'll go ahead, look at this on your own. And then you should be able to take care of the assignment and knock it out in about half an hour or so. Have a great day. If you have any questions, you know how to contact me through Hangouts. Have a great day.